G'day guys, if you're new here, welcome and howdy. If you're old here, welcome and howdy. Moment silence for the haters, that's enough. Okay, I'm going to show you this trick, and reason I call it a trick or a hack is you don't have to have any experience with watercolor paint, okay? None at all. You don't have to have any experience with it. None whatsoever. Let me wet my paint. Let them see it. Yeah, you don't have to know how to paint. All you have to know is pick up a brush, pick up some paint, and just do like you would do with a brush tip marker or anything in general. You just have to be careful. And I don't recommend using a brush this size if you're a beginner. I would recommend a fine one, but not too fine. And so that's a trick because, no experience needed. You don't need to know how to paint with watercolors. All you gotta do, and I'm gonna show you, all you have to do is know how to pick up some paint. And I'm gonna start in, and I'm just gonna go very easy to the edge of my gel pen. And like I said, there's no blending required, no skill required, none of that. See how I'm just using it like a marker? Well, like I said, beginners, don't try this with this big brush. And once you get the paint on there, it lasts for a while before I have to go put any more on it. If you get some on you just wipe it right off as soon as you notice it. Okay, we gotta get some more. And like I said, you don't have to know how to use watercolor paints, To do a traditional watercolor, you have to know how to blend your paints, to get, you don't have to do that. No. I've cut out the middleman there. So like I said, if you're a beginner, do not use this big brush. And like I said, you don't have to have any prior knowledge or prior experience with watercolors. You're just going to put some color down. Okay, now I'm going to let that dry a little bit. Now, you do not have to use metallics. You can use just plain old colors. Just make sure you got a light, a medium, and a dark. Okay? We gotta let this dry a little bit. And, so, a lot of people didn't understand why I was calling it a hack or a trick. Well, the trick is you don't need to know how to use watercolor paints. You're just going to get some paint and lay it down, okay? And then we got to let it dry. It's important to let it dry. And then we'll go around the edge with my darker gold. And I'll be using the same brush. So, this is why it's a hack or a trick, because there's there's no skill required for this. You don't have to know anything about watercolor painting. You don't have to know any of that. Um, all you gotta know is how to lay down some, just like you was coloring with a marker. And I keep repeating myself because I forget what I say sometimes. You know, I have the MS fog. And anyway, so we got to let this dry some before we do anything else. Now the trick is for this is you want your watercolor mixed thick. You don't want it thin, or then you're gonna have a runny mess. Mix it thick, and if you don't know if it's thick, put it on a piece of paper and see if you can see through it or not. If it's solid color, you're good. Okay, now, and always want both of these thick. You don't want them thin because you don't want it running everywhere. Okay, now just like with the gold, the light gold, we're gonna go around. We're gonna go around the outside. Like I said, mix your watercolor thick. You don't want a lot of water in it. Like I said, that will mess it up. Yes, you hear my dog. She's hemming it up for us. And like I said, if you mix this thick, it's just like using a brush tip pen. Okay. Now, there we go. Now, we let it dry. So if you hear huffing and puffing, and it's my dog. She does it every time that I set the phone up. Now, we let that dry. That's about as far in as you want to go. You don't want to cover up your light gold completely. And you can always take your finger and wet it to get it off. So now, we got to let that dry. It won't take it long because we're mixing it thick. It's not soaking the paper. That's why the paper don't buckle. Is because it's so thick. See? And the paper isn't bubbling up either. So we let that do that. Let it dry. Okay. And it won't take it long. And like I said, this is why it's a trick or a hack. Call it what you want. It's because there is no painting skill required. You don't have to learn how to watercolor paint. No. We don't have to do that. Don't have to do it. And that's why this is a trick. A hack. It's a hack for people that, they don't do watercolor. God, these markers are so dry. Now, you go around, you take your marker, your dark color, and you go around the edge of that. I was hoping the wet would help with this marker, but it's not. Now you don't want to put too much of this on. You just barely touching the edge. And this is why there's no blending of the colors. Like if you're doing a real watercolor picture, yeah, you have to there's blending involved, and I don't want to put y'all through that. I didn't want to actually go through it either, but and there you have it, folks. No painting skill required, and we have our gold and our shadow. How do you like that? No painting skills required. I hope that was all on camera, because I can't see my viewfinder. I'm using my phone, and that's all I have. So when it's positioned, I can't see if I got it in there or not. I'm pretty sure I did. I hope I did. I did it right here. Oh Lord, I hope I got it in there. But anyway, if not, I'll redo the video on showing you the other corners. But people were asking me, how was that a tree? I'm like, because you don't have to know how to color with paint, water paint. And I want to make it known that, you don't know. So there we have it, folks. I hope it was all on camera. I hope it was. Yeah, I hope it was. If you're seeing this, it was. Okay, guys, help me build my channel. Please share and like, and I hope you're subscribed. If you're not, click the subscribe button, hit the bell icon, and click all, and you're good to go. So now, I'm gonna tell y'all, I love you. Peace out. Bye.